She turns her halo on.
Oh.
And like,
Dorime.
Sorry.
We return to the adventuring party.
Okay.
Sneak around. Sneak.
Okay, they're coming.
Run away. Run away.
That's the first time I've just like had fun with a match in a long time.
Refugees in for 5 chains now. You're too late.
With complete confidence in what I'm doing and saying. You're the god captain, right?
Yes, Captain Joanna.
Hey, excuse me for interrupting your conversation here, but I need past your men.
I've told everyone this a dozen times that no more refugees in the city. We're closed.
I'm no refugee.
Est.
Right? And what are you? Merchant?
I am an acolyte cleric of Helena seeking out my mentor. She is further in the city. I have a group of criminals that need to be interrogated specifically by her at the request of the Great Spider.
Oh yeah, sure. I've heard that one before. If you're a Hellenite, go right on in. The temple's right there. Your mentor would be mighty happy to see you, I'm sure.
My mentor is further into the town, a smaller congregation.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
how sleazy does this guy look?
Now he looks like, by Calfar standards, this guy genuinely gives a fuck about doing his job. Like he's not even. He doesn't seem to be just here for a paycheck. He cares about his job.
I'll be right back. I needed to quickly do something.
No problem.
Morrigan kind of. Excuse me, sir. She steps a little bit out from behind Mona.
Yeah.
I actually, as you're doing that, Mona will actually grab you your hood and pull it down, sort of softly, as at this point she's not trying to make this girl seem out to be a slave in front of this guy.
Who's your boss? She has this really kind, gentle smile as she asks that question.
You a cute one. Well, if you have to know, that's sort of up to debate at the moment. Where I'm stationed here, my boss is the Lord Commander of Vindication. However, officially I answer to the guard captain of the city. The actual full guard. I'm just a lieutenant.
Where's this guard captain of the city?
Well, that would be at the keep in the city that you're not going to. Because it's full.
Well,
I put my hand. I put my hand on Morrigan and I shake my head.
She looks genuinely earnest as she asks the question of how much.
How much? The mercenary looks over. Oh, what? You're gonna let them just buy their way in? We paid good coin to get here. It's not our fault that we don't have any.
Shut up, sir.
You should have paid. You should have been quicker then. It's not my problem.
Yeah. Nana just starts to laugh. I suppose our deception is no longer going to work, is it?
I mean,
the guard captain just the lieutenant just shakes his head. Listen, if you're trying to get into the city, there are ways into the city. We're not supposed to let people in. It's full. It's brimming with refugees for chains now, nearly a whole damn cycle. Do you know anyone? Do you have any good references? Do you have anyone to stay with? Are you going to be on the street?
We have people to
Family-
stay with.
We have family in the town. We also have money to buy our home. If we need to convince you, we can.
For reference, your mother said that the family you know is your uncle Galen.
Okay, yeah. Mona
Galen
speaks up.
Aoi.
We have an uncle in town. His name is Galen. Galen Aoi.
Galen. Only Galen I know couldn't put two pennies together. But I suppose if you got family, I'll try to contact him and he can come here and get you. And then the mercenaries just glare. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna let them in? I didn't say they were being let in. I said I'd give. That's not fair.
Tough tip. Get used
So-
to it.
Mona's looking a bit upset. Says there. Look, I don't want to be rude, but my mother just lost her husband, and staying here is stressing her beyond reasonability. Is there anything I can do to expedite this process?
I'll send someone to go find Galen today. If I know where he lives, but as the mercenary, like one of the mercenaries, that's fucking it. No way. We're not playing this fucking game. We spent every coin we had to get here. Boys, we're carving our way through.
When he says that and is very clearly threatening, can I hit him upside the head with my fucking morning star?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
No, you're not here.
No,
You're not
no.
here. No. Anyways, yeah, he's getting hit upside the head with the
I
morning
do
star.
want to clarify. The cart and them would, well, not the cart, but the Optilang and them would be only maybe 25 to 30 feet away. Not close enough to overhear the conversation, but close enough to get to you quickly if there's a fight that breaks out.
Morrigan.
Yeah,
The
you
rest of the
guys.
party?
Oh,
Yes. It's okay. I was gonna say Morrigan sort of puts a hand on the mercenary's arm, as a comforting gesture, and goes, I mean, how much would we need to hire you as bodyguards?
Mona's holding her morning star in her hand, very quickly in a position to hit him upside the
Roll-
fucking head with it.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy
Okay.
check.
Oh
I'm
my
back.
god.
So,
Seeing Mona pull out her
I can
weapon,
re-roll that one. I
Ryan
can
is
re-roll
like
that.
stepping forward a little bit and is like getting
Um,
ready to walk over.
Yeah, the guard
That's
is
a
also
20, I
looking at
think.
this like, uh-oh.
it
I
you
think
roll?
it's a 21.
21?
Yeah, no, I have
Holy
that.
fuck.
Oh, I mean, do you count the one?
No,
That's
so
15
it's just
plus
20.
10. You don't. Oh, it's 20 again.
Yep.
So 6 plus 5 plus 9.
That
6 plus. Okay. I can't do maths.
20.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
20.
that's 20.
Yeah, he stops. You do that to help us get in?
Yeah. If you're hired, they can't say no. Or
He
if they
looks
do
at
say
the
no,
guard
they're going to be
captain.
very
The guard
mean.
captain, the guard captain, like the lieutenant's giving him a look like, motherfucker, you are getting the nicest out right now because I'll put you in the ground. Is the look he's giving this mercenary and his group. And I want to clarify, it's like 20 dudes.
I lean down to Morrigan and I whisper in her ear, "Turn your halo on."
She turns her halo on.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I'm like,
Dory, man.
Sorry.
it would mean so very much to me if you would Keep us safe.
I see. I'm gonna have to roll fucking meditation on the mercenaries.
Are they all
She is
ogres or
giving
something?
them.
These are human dudes.
Oh, these are
She is
Jordan.
humans.
giving them the most like doe-eyed, innocent, protect me kind of look.
I want to roll for an assistance for the exact opposite of that doe-eyed innocence. I want to use my attractive guile on this, if I may.
You
By all means,
literally just had a fucking like maul ready to hit them in the head. I don't think you're able to do that.
No, I had them all in my hand.
You
They
had
didn't.
them all in your hand. You revealed it from your hand.
hold on.
That
You know
never
what,
happened.
DM monkey, shut the fuck up. I will allow you. You know what? I won't let you roll, but I will let you add your grades of attractive to the previous diplomacy check.
I mean, well, I'm gonna argue this because it would Morrigan specifically stopped me from doing that and said, "Before you do this, I'm doing this." So that I would have never, while I had it in my hand, it would have never been like raised or anything like that. They stopped that from happening.
All right, fine. I'll let you roll.
A 24. And Jordan, how are you doing assists on this? Is it just boosts?
Yeah, it's just add your boosts, and they rolled an 11. So
What's the
that's
DC?
11. They rolled an 11.
Okay.
She's
Minus
already
11.
succeeded.
I boosted twice, so you got a +2 to your roll. And
So
these guys
22 over there, 11. So that's 2 boosts over this whole crowd.
and these guys think they might get laid.
Yeah, they're like when they look over at the cart, right? And they see the well, it's not a cart anymore. You don't have the cart, but you do have the optoline. And you see like all the bags hanging off the optoline, and like multiple people standing over the optoline. This guy also like counts the number of guards around him, counts his dudes in his head. Figure like you can tell he figures he can probably like each of them can probably take down like 3 guards before dying, because he's clearly thinking that they're hot shit. But then at the same time, you got a halo, so you're like special, and your sister is hot, and you're hot, and you guys have an optoline, and you guys have stuff, and he's thinking.
Morrigan sort of. How tall is this guy?
Like
Taller than you.
just
Taller
shy.
than me.
Yeah, he's taller than he's just shy of 6 feet.
She has to go on her very tiptoes, and she like presses a very chaste kiss to his cheek.
Huh? My character stares at you like, "What the fuck are you doing?" That's how bad things happen.
The guard cap, like the lieutenant, is looking at this whole experience like the look on his face, Mona, is one that you've seen before. It's one that your father has given before. Of fuck, I'm gonna have to do paperwork, aren't I? As the mercenaries just look to the lieutenant. Yeah, no, we work for them. I apologize for my rude behavior earlier. You mean 5 seconds ago? Yeah, that was earlier. Let's put the past behind us.
Water under the bridge is a saying, is it not?
Yeah, water under the bridge, right? No carving nothing out of nothing. It's all one big misunderstanding.
She gives the guard captain again that like doe-eyed, innocent smile.
I look at you. I look at you. I look at the guards. I look at the fucking mercenaries. I look back at you. As, like, she looks like she is so unbelievably proud. It's like, my little sister is a little stinker. Yeah.
And she's like, she's practically clinging to this mercenary arms, like, please protect. Do you know what I mean? She's not like on Tuesday.
Just a widow. Oh, I'm just a widow lady. I need protection.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing.
At that point, I do walk up. Okay, you're playing it up a bit too much. We've already.
No, I like this. As the
Yeah,
lieutenant,
I look at this man. I know you like it. That's why I'm telling her to stop.
the lieutenant sighs. I'm gonna go find your uncle. Everyone
Please.
fucking stay here. If I
Please
can
do
find
hurry.
him, if I can find him, and he's willing to vouch for you, I can let you, all of you, I guess, into the city. But as he like points a finger at Mona, no bullshit. We already have enough trouble to deal with.
I understand.
What makes you think
Look,
it would be trouble? I've
Because
stopped
I-
trouble.
I look at Morgan because I actively attempted to lie to him the second I met him.
But I stopped.
Hey,
I stopped the trouble.
That's not the problem here. That I want to make it very clear, Miss. That's not the problem. Everyone I have talked to over the last 3 chains has given me some bullshit reason why I should let them into the city. That's fine. I'm just saying, a bunch of armed humans. You're
Go on.
just be careful. Just be fucking careful. I don't want to have to write up a report about you in a few chains. Either about the fact that you got stabbed in a back alley or the fact that you stabbed someone in a back alley. Neither of those options.
You too. You stay safe too. She sounds genuinely earnest, and it's a little bit unnerving.
All right. As he slips a small like a fist-sized like rectangular stone off of his belt buckle, and he just like looks at it. Lieutenant Jahandras to the mainland. Open the gate.
Telephone stones.
Thank you so much. I'll find a way to repay you for this kindness.
You
somehow.
stay the fuck here and don't cause any trouble while I'm gone.
Yes, sir.
I give him a salute, and then I grab fucking Morgan by her arm. Stop touching that man.
She sort of like dims the halo and pulls her hood back up, and like claps her hands like, "Oh, that was so fun."
I look at you with the most proud look a sister can give. You're seeing the real ways of Loptif now, sister. I'm very proud of you.
The what now?
Hmm.
She blinks.
The savior.
Yeah, you know.
But I
My
don't
God,
need saving.
Well, your methodology just saved all of us a lot of headache.
Oh. So what does that mean?
She pats you on the head. It means you did a good job. Now let's go tell mother and our dumb idiot brothers that they no longer need
Yeah.
they no longer
Mor-
need to be in chains.
Morrigan, about halfway through that sentence, charges towards her brothers, tackles Locke, and it's like, I did a good job. Just this fucking
Wait, did you say this to me?
Locke,
Oh,
you get tackled
sorry.
at full speed into a hug.
I'm just gonna like for a moment I'm gonna be confused and like what the hell, and I'm just gonna like put my hand in your hand and just go, "Good job."
Thank you. Yeah, Mina said I did a good job.
Do the mercenaries come follow them over to us?
I would
The
imagine.
mercenaries don't follow immediately, but like the mercenaries, like you can tell they've chilled out quite a lot. They look like they're in a way better mood. The guard captain is like talking to all of his boys, and they all look like, okay, we're getting out of here. We can go into the city soon. We can relax.
I made new friends, and she points to the mercenaries.
I walk. Yes.
Sorry, when she points to the mercenaries, I look at her, I look at the mercenaries, and you can just see my face doesn't like drop, but you just see like like if anyone's looking at me, just disappointment. I just have like a look of disappointment, realizing what happened.
I walk
To be
over.
fair, Locke, you're probably just glad that no bloodshed happened because, like, the death of any human is like a major, major problem. It's like a grave, like any human dying, no matter how big of a piece of shit they are, is a reason to mourn.
Okay, good. I actually did not know that, so thank you.
Mona walks over and starts untying you guys. She looks. The deception is over. They know they're going to go find our uncle and bring and hopefully as long as I look at Mom, knowing that she's not lying, but like just messing with her a bit. As long as Mom wasn't lying to us, knowing that Mom would never ever lie to us.
Yeah, she like folds her arms, pouting. Your uncle Galen, well. Your grandparents were quite rich. I was quite rich. I gave all of that up for your father. Galen should have inherited the fortune.
This is
Apparently, he
very.
didn't put two
Hope he
coins
didn't become a
together.
drunk and start spending it all.
Whatever
Well-
the case, we no longer need to. This deception no longer needs to go forward. I look at these two guards, and no,
I
you're
figured
not
as
in.
much.
I'm not going to be doing anything with your bosses, though. You missed out on quite a good opportunity if you were just smarter.
So the guard captain said apparently Galen couldn't put two coins together. So
Well, that doesn't make sense. Even if he had gone to the drink, your uncle Galen couldn't have spent everything. And even if he did spend all the money, there's still the house.
maybe gambling?
Everybody?
Gambling a thing here? Yeah.
Listen close. Plans are changing. We're no longer in as much danger or in as much trial.
For now, we don't even know if this is the right Galen.
He said he only knew one Galen, so
Yes,
He seemed like a
imagine
nice
One
person.
Galen. Did you
Galen.
see how big the city was when we arrived here?
And Galen isn't a very common name, brother.
no, I kind of was not paying attention to that part specifically.
It figures
So-
you weren't. I'm gonna walk over to the guard or to the mercenaries that are probably walking up to us now.
The
Oh.
mercenaries have like their own little like camp spot, and he's and as you walk over, and so when we get in there, we're gonna have to find some work, right? I really like these guys. They're really nice. They gave us a shot, so we're gonna work for them for as long as they can afford us. Then let's find like a merchant or something, right? Merchants need bodyguards.
You know who else might need a bodyguard?
Oh, yes, you're quiet. Oh,
Indeed, I am. Well, my friend, and I sit down next to him.
Please don't cause any problems. We're winning.
And we'll cry.
Can you answer this for me? Do you have any injured men in your party?
injured? Well, thanks to I assume, is that your sister? She doesn't have
Yeah.
the same hair as you.
Morrigan waves at them.
Strange, Yeah, I don't really know how to explain that. That's rather weird. But yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Your sisters don't have the same hair as you.
Whatever. We're gonna. I'll let my anger get the head of me. These fucking darklings everywhere. They think they know. They think they can run the place. I mean, I know that they run the place, but I fucking hate dealing with them. So we were probably gonna all get real fucked up, but
You were
thankfully-
probably going to die.
yeah, probably. But we didn't, and we're not. So, thank you, I guess.
Well, you don't have to thank me. Thank my sisters. But
I plan on thinking one of them later.
only one. As like Brian gives like a look of like kind of like the protective brother, or it's like, yeah, I get what you want to do, and I'm a guy, I can respect it too. But like,
he just folds his arms and says, "Never take more than one egg from the same nest."
Good.
Take all
But
of them.
I shut the fuck up, son. But I am interested in seeing how many of your people do you think would get injured on the regular doing this mercenary job that you seem to be so proficient in?
I guess that depends. We're going to be working for you as long as you can afford us. So the real question is, what are you going to be having us do?
Well, that's still questionable. But I overheard that you might end up leaving. I would like to reinforce my how should I put this? Reinforce your trust in at least myself. How many doctors do you think are in this city?
A whole lot. I mean, probably more than most towns. Probably more than Bale. But, I mean, Calfars are smart motherfuckers. So there's probably more than the average, but that's like maybe 4 real barbers. And 2 of them probably exclusively tend to the rich, so I don't know.
What would you say to working under a new one arriving in? It's doctor. You get very well paid for something like that, and it's consistent pay, I would say.
Huh. Roll me a diplomacy check.
Fucking magnetism's still going off, right?
Magnetism's still in effect.
Good. I need that. I really need that +1.
That +1's going to be going up quite fast. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm glad. It's going to be good. That's a 13. Watch me roll a 1.
It's still a 15.
Yeah, that's true. Not as good as it probably could be.
15? Yeah, he says, I'm intrigued. Definitely intrigued. You'd be making some pretty decent money, I imagine. Assuming that you can actually get an actual practitioner up and running. Let me just say, will your families, as long as the money keeps rolling in. That runs for you, your sisters, your little old lady over there, your the whole family. Well, you guys are getting us into the city. That's honor as a Pelganite. I'm not going to. I owe you. So one way or the other, as long as we're making anything off this, we'll be there. But if you need a few extra hands at the clinic, well, there's 20 of us. I don't think that everybody's going to need a bodyguard all the time.
Indeed. I think it would be interesting if we discuss some additional options, perhaps in a partnership as well. See, we ourselves are looking to get, as every entrepreneur does, as much money as possible. So, working together with mercenaries might be potentially useful especially if those mercenaries have a way to back themselves up with a good source of healing and medicine. You could become something quite feared in the city, probably.
We'll talk about it. A little premature at the moment, but once we get into the city, we'll come to an agreement, one way or the other.
That's understandable. I simply see as nothing as premature. Best to get the most you can out of any interaction. That's my view, at least.
I think you're counting your chickens before they hatch.
Well, without any risk, there is no reward.
Like
Ooh,
I said, one way or the other, we're working with you. We'll talk about specifics once we get over the bridge.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be working with you, and I hold my hand out for him to shake it.
He shakes your hand.
I hope we can be good partners.
He introduces himself as Maxon Arachne.
Oh, shit, I didn't even get the name.
His name is Maxon Arachne. He's a very large. Hold on, I'll find a picture for him. I've got a picture somewhere around here.
Is it safe to say the name Hycro anymore?
Fuck, man, they don't seem to give a shit. Maxon Drake.
Drake's
Here's my picture.
Alrighty, based. Brian Hycro.
He shakes your hand. As what else does anybody else? You guys are safe for now. You guys are safe. You also don't have to be like pretending you're something you're not, it would appear. As I'm going to go on the list, Brian just had an interaction. Leopold, is there anyone you would want to go talk to? Any like other guards? Any of the other refugees here? The mercenaries? Those weird maids-looking people? Anyone in your family?
Well, I wish I thought about that earlier, because at the moment he's just kind of guarding Mom. He doesn't want to leave her side right now. So he's just trying to. There, Mom. We've made it this far. We're gonna get through this. And he'll just. It's kind of hard because everybody here wants to go in and find a place to live, work. But that's his first thought is, as soon as I can, I gotta put in. I look for what's available anywhere and try to get myself hired to help the family. But other than that, he's not really doing much. He's just staying by.
Okay. Locke, is there anyone you would want to talk to?
So first of all, I'm guessing that Mona is off of me at this point.
That what?
Yeah, she's.
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, wrong person. Wrong person. Damn it. We haven't played this in a while, so I'm still bad with it. I've still not even that. I'm still struggling with the characters' names. Morrigan, was it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm guessing Morgan's off of me at this point.
Oh yeah, she's gone off to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of what yet, but she's
And Dan, my character the person I was supposed to protect is Morrigan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, we haven't played this game in a while, so I forgot. I didn't something that was kind of still scratchy.
Divine writ from God himself.
She is making this very difficult for you, admittedly.
He is. He really is.
I will say that Mona is just sort of following her sister, following Morrigan, just like she's basically like, I'm gonna take you out to drinks, girl.
Oh no.
my character is gonna approach both of them, and like this is weird because my character usually doesn't like he knows the family, and they know him, but he's not really like they don't really know him. Like he's kind of just been around. He's more like an acquaintance family member than like a friend family member.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird to see him like walk up to like people and just start walk up to people in the family and start conversations. And he walks up to you two, and he goes, where are you? Are you two going out to do something?
I was just kind of walking. Sorry, I'm very excited. I guess
I put my arm around Morrigan. Well, I want to take you out to drinks because you did. Well, how else can I say it than you saved the family, dear? You did a wonderful job.
I did?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Mind if I come with you guys?
Mona just sort of looks shocked. You don't need to ask. Join us, brother.
Join us. It'll be great.
But you're just gonna like nod awkwardly.
Well, I mean, you guys are gonna have to wait till you get into the city to go get drinks, but
You don't think we didn't bring alcohol?
I mean, that's true. I'm just pointing out they actually go to a tavern.
Yeah, I'm partying with my sister all fucking night. It's like it's her 21st birthday.
Hey, Dan, what's the religion's view on alcohol?
There isn't one?
Okay, just want to ask. You never know.
Pelgan doesn't really mind alcohol, but he doesn't. While there is no necessary, I don't believe there is any necessary sin about like drugs, like opium. He's not a big fan of opium.
Yeah. So like, the general rule of thumb is Pelgan doesn't give a fuck what you do, even if it's for the most part a pretty evil fucking thing, as long as it's like necessary to survive and adapt, and no humans were hurt in the process, and that you do so with moderation. Like he smiles upon people who like go out and conquer and fight and battle, but he wants you to have like a life outside of war. He didn't care if you go get drunk all the time, but he wants you to do more than just get pissed drunk all the time, which is why a lot of his sons, the first gen humans, are fucking disappointments.
Yeah,
They're very good Pelganites.
I'm going to like smile as I'm gonna pull out this alcohol, which we were planning on selling, but I mean, this is time for celebration. We no longer need to hide. Now, don't tell Brian we're drinking this. He'll get upset with us. As I pour you two some glass.
Why would he get upset? Is this his? You steal his alcohol?
Don't know. It's just alcohol. It's worth money. It's valuable. Shh.
Okay.
Relax a bit.
Has Morgan ever drank before? Or is she pure B?
I want to say she probably hasn't drunk before. She sort of, she looks at it and smells it.
Morgan?
Yeah.
I was hoping at the wedding I could share some drinks with you. That didn't turn out too well.
Yeah. Sorry,
you see that?
Cooped up.
Sorry.
Being cooped up in the bottom of a ship for weeks. Sorry, I'm really energetic. Sorry.
She looks a bit upset at that. I'm sorry that you all had to go through that. I thought that we had to keep this deception up to, not die.
Why are you apologizing? You don't need to apologize. You did nothing wrong.
On me IRL on you guys. She looks down. You're right, I didn't. As she immediately gets her smile back up, and her smile comes back up. She looks at her glass and then just takes a full ass swig from the bottle.
Can I do that?
She hands you the
She's-
bottle.
I'm
She
just
takes
watching you both slowly drinking my glass.
she takes probably a way too big a sip of alcohol, and then ends up like choking and hacking a little bit. Oh, that is awful.
Wait, what kind of
Wine.
alcohol is it again?
Actually, yeah.
Wine.
What kind of? Oh, it's wine. Oh, I thought it was whiskey.
It's wine.
Okay, it's wine. Never mind. She takes a sip and is like, oh, that's good.
You see Mona just sort of looking out towards like the ocean. You guys know how close we were to dying, right?
Huh? No.
Do you have... You don't?
Hmm?
She looks at you like
No.
with a bit of a serious look on her face.
I mean, I just sort of figured that if things wouldn't. I mean, I didn't think it would end up.
Morrigan,
Yeah.
that monster shattered my spine.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Not just that, but the attack. I mean, as far as we're aware, we're the last Hycros alive. They were hunting us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're somewhat safe-ish now. I mean, we have those guys, and she points to the mercenaries and waves at them.
She
So,
looks at you with like a serious look. I trust brother because he's our brother. And I don't mean this by any insult to the father Pelgan. But it wasn't the forces of darkness that were trying to kill us. It was the Elysians. It was the Hellenites. It was the Legionites. They're the ones who attacked us. The forces of order. The good guys.
why would the good guys want us dead?
We don't know. But they do.
I mean, they're like that doesn't make sense. They're supposed to be good and not that.
We know they hunt magi, which we've never been, which has always been a problem. We know, Father. But like that was from a misguided sense of justice. They were meant to fight darkness, the monsters, the Kaihayans out in the forest, or the Mihangi. But they were killing us. She looks like really upset by that fact.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys are discussing this while in the middle of a fortress surrounded by Hellenites.
We're saying it by our cart away, and it's only been shown
No, I'm not saying this isn't like you're gonna get in trouble. I'm saying this isn't like the fact that there are Hellenites
Puts it
around
into
you.
perspective.
It's like it throws that into even more perspective. Like you'd probably be questioning: did you jump out of the frying pan and into the fire, or are you actually safe?
Yeah, she does look around. Locke, you still worship the Father, don't you?
My character's just silent for like a decent amount of time. You can see he's like trying. He wants to say something, but he's trying to figure out how he's trying to word it.
He
And he
notices
just, like-
that silent. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you can go. Yes, and yes.
She notices that silence as she looks at you with a serious face. Why would the wife of Pelgan kill his children?
My character just takes a long, long, deep breath, then exhales. Maybe we aren't human.
I don't understand what.
Sorry, what did he say?
Maybe we aren't human.
human.
Maybe we aren't human.
Aliens.
My character's like trying to like rationalize it into his head.
We are certainly human.
I feel human-ish. Big-ish on that part.
I feel
but,
human-ish.
Yeah.
I feel human adjacent.
She has a spirit inside of her, okay? She's allowed to feel human adjacent.
I don't want. I know Father gave you warnings about her, and I don't want to turn you from your faith. Pelgan must have had a reason to abandon us like that. But if you wouldn't mind, if she pulls out her holy book, her holy book of Loptiv. Can I read
Morrigan
something
instantly
for you
looks
two?
interested and curious. She kind of wants to like.
I couldn't hear Morrigan. Sorry, I didn't hear when Mona said at the end there.
She asked if she could read off a passage.
I'm just gonna quietly nod. Not my character like when my character speaks with people, he usually like speaks in more like a rude or not like he's not mean. He's just kind of like rude and like an asshole, but not like in a mean way. More in just like in like a mean way, but like not like I want to be mean to you because I hate you, but more like I'm mean because like I find it like amusing.
I'm not an asshole because I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole
I'm trying to explain like I'm mean to people, but I'm not mean. Like I act like kind of like rude, not like I don't know how to say it.
Hey, Monkey, can you describe this for the autist?
Not like evil,
Venus.
like not like evil mean to people or like I hate you mean. Just like
He's not cruel. He's just mean. There's a difference.
Do you mean like?
Fucking
Do
asshole.
you mean like Geralt kind of asshole?
Yeah, he's like Geralt. He's a dick, but he's not malicious. He's not. He's just a dick. Like it's not. There's no. I'm not. He's not being malicious. He's not being cruel. He's not being vile. He's just a dick.
Well, like my
Yeah.
character for this, usually my character like acts like that. He's usually like, rude and whatever. But right now he's just being calm and like silent, and it's really like out of character for him. Like just
Yeah,
recently, when he's been being my character, he's been out of character. Like he cried in the cart and earlier. Like everything he's been doing recently, is just out of character. It's just like everything really shook him. I think that's how my character is like. You can realize that he's kind of like even shook by everything that's happened recently.
Yeah, so Mona opens up this book, which you see. This book, it's written in Pelganese. It's called "The Time for Change." That's the name of the holy text of Loptiv. As she reads off this passage, let me get this for you guys. And by get this, I mean think about it in my head.
Hey,
By the way,
Get up off the spot.
am I still smelling like pears?
Yeah, you smell like pears.
Morrigan sort of like sits on her sister's lap, sort of like she did when she was like a little kid.
She smiles. The time for change comes with tribulation. It comes with trial. Those you thought were your friend will abandon you. Those you thought were your enemy will pick up their sword to defend you. Time moves forward. unending, unfeeling. It does not care for your death, nor does it care for your life. It just moves. This is not our concern in this world. The actions we take and the people we interact with and that we speak to and that we love. As when she says love, she like holds Morrigan a bit close. Obviously, she's meaning plutonic love there. That we hold dear or that we hate with all our soul. All of them will one day fade away and die, turn to dust. And their soul will be reborn anew in another body as another person with more life and experiences. We do not know when the time for change will happen, however. We will not know when Ahura Mazda will rise again. We do not know when Ahriman will annihilate the world. We do not know when the next God's War will happen, or when the next Shadow Purge erupts. We are at the mercy of time. So given that, it is in all of our best interests as people of Kavagathale, not spirits, not monsters, not gods, but as people, to stand together in one unity, to help those struggling and to pick them up, and to fight against the injustice the gods have placed upon us. We must prepare for the time of change, and preparation comes one step at a time. As she closes the book at that point. I've been thinking about that passage for a while. She looks at you, yes?
Do you think you could teach me more?
Of course I can. Do you want me to read you more?
She nods.
Yeah, Mona will just spend, because I don't have the fucking fake Bible of Loptis on me, but she would just start reading off, like, for clarity, Loptif's propaganda is so fucking amazingly good that, and like, unless you're dealing with someone who knows, like, the actual, what?
Don't explain its propaganda. Let them figure this out eventually on their own.
I already know it's propaganda, but I'm not sure if everyone else knows. Well, they know now.
Just keep playing. Just keep playing Loptif normally. Don't explain every bit of it.
Well, yeah, it's
my job to tell you fuckers Loptif's stupid.
Loptif is portrayed as the savior of the subjugated. She is the only mortal creature, the only living creature, so like she was a Freyine, to ever ascend to divinity. She wishes for her followers to also ascend to divinity, to become equal to the gods, and she prays and teaches, and her dogma follows that us as mortals should be holding each other up as equals to each other, as any one of us could be the next apotheosis. Any of us could be the next one to rise, to get the opportunity as she has.
Locke.
Yes.
Roll me a theology check. If you have a forte in cults, apply the forte.
Okay, let me just... I have my character sheet open. I just need to find what tab it's on.
For clarity, that what I just said is true in both parts of her faith and how she sees it.
So wait, It was which one? What was the role again?
Theology.
Okay, theology. And then if I have a cult.
If you have a forte in cults.
Okay. A B.
Do you have any fortes in theology?
Theology. I do have
Okay.
one in cult.
Do you
Whilst
have
that's
what?
going on,
You have a forte in cults?
Yes.
Holy shit! You
You
pay
made this
attention.
for me.
I
You made
forgot
this
about
for me.
that. Oh, I remember why too.
I don't.
Anyway, yeah. So you go ahead, roll with the bonus that says after forte, the bigger bonus.
2d8.
Yep, 2d8.
Set exploding to separate if you have that
Yeah.
option.
Yes, set exploding to separate.
Oh, I just rolled physical dice.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, two. Did you roll? Did you just roll double eights?
No, I did not.
Oh, double ones?
I rolled 2 5s.
Oh,
fives?
2 5.
So it's a total of 17.
17. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is what you know of the cult of Loptif, based entirely off of previous their teachings from Baal under the Temple of Vortex. You were taught about a whole bunch of cults, about a whole bunch of different religions, and Loptif was one of the ones you were taught about. Loptif was at one point a Phrygian woman. At some point, and the specific way in which she did this is not known. Nobody knows how she did it. But at some point, like thousands of cycles ago, during an event called the War of Ice and Fire, which was a war between the Elder Creators Nif and Morgul, where Nif was killed, creating the Niflins. As Nif died, the last of her power was stolen or given, it's not clear which, to Loptif. Loptif then immediately ascended to the position of essentially a god. However, as far as we know, she only has a handful of dominions associated with Nif, as well as the Dominion of Chaos. She is known to have fought against the gods of the Ahriman and the Forces of Darkness during the Shadow Purge, and fought alongside the gods during the Trolls War. However, she refuses to associate herself with either the Court of Order or the Court of Freedom, and actively mocks basically all the gods as being not worth the worship that they're given. The only friend that she has, the only two friends that she has, are SRT and Ognis. And that's honestly kind of pushing it to call them friends.
Okay.
That being said, her religion does heavily doctrine around human, like mortals, taking care of themselves. Like you don't need the gods, you don't need spirits, you don't need magic. You just need like intense willpower and determination. Any of you could become the next god, and every mortal is more like it's more worthy to worship your king than it is to worship a god, because your king did a lot more to get there than a god did.
Also, ambition is a major part of her faith.
Yeah, missionary work, tons of missionary work.
And to add on to that, just so you, because it might have been missed in her backstory, but in Mona's backstory, she was a Lacunite, and then one day she just left and said, "I'm going to Loptif." And they tried really hard to stop her, but it was like she was being mentally manipulated to go, and then she came back as pretty much a different person.
Okay.
Your father did not like the Church of Loptif, but never really explained why, except for the fact that he didn't trust them. That's all he said. He didn't trust them. But that is what you would know about the Church of Loptif. You would know that they are on a watch list by Baal, They always very concerned about the anti-theist messaging that is being protruded by the Church of Loptif, but they're not considered a threat. They're considered like just an extreme annoyance, and if anything, they'd just be a threat involving like heretical like ideas, but not actual violence. Loptifians are pretty well known for being not violent. Like your sister's probably the most violent Loptifian you've ever heard of.
Okay.
And most of her violence comes from a want to protect you guys.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure, because you're the cleric of Pelgan. You received specific instructions about a lot of different cults and subsects of other faiths. So you would have had more knowledge about the Church of Loptif than pretty much anyone else in the family. Oh.
Yeah. Yes?
As Mona like reads to Morrigan, she looks fucking enraptured by this. Like she is genuinely interested and curious about all this.
Yeah. Jordan, may I add some stuff that they would probably know from Mona talking about it and then putting it together with this book she's reading?
I mean, yeah.
So everything Jordan said is true. Loptif is also pretty well known for for missionary work. She said, but the biggest thing that she would probably be known for is absolute undying acceptance of all outside of Mihungis. She literally everyone is allowed to worship Loptif except Mihungis, and Mihungis entirely come from Loptif being a Freying. So and I would imagine that most people are pretty okay with their faith not letting Mihungis worship them.
I mean, yeah, they're child-eating monsters. Fuck them.
Yeah. Along with that, Loptif, just as general, people who hear about her, you do not hear bad things about Loptif. They probably exist. You just don't hear about them.
Yeah, literally the meanest thing that Locke has ever directly heard about them is Dad saying I don't trust them, but never actually saying anything directly negative, and the Church of Pelgan saying we'll keep keeping an eye out for them. They're not a threat, but they're kind of annoying.
I just need to point that out because that's very important. That you don't hear bad things about the Church of Loptif.
Okay. Okay.
If I might add one thing, actually, Jordan, I'm gonna send this to you in PMs.
Oh, no.
That's not a good thing to hear.
No, the oh no was not to what Nam said. The oh no was to something else entirely. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, you made a fucking Wookiee. Time to get in the forever box. Mm-hmm.
Not yet. I'm still impressed you guys managed to avoid 30 minutes of combat.
I've done this once before where I managed to trick this dragon into not killing us all, and I avoided an entire combat encounter as well. So
what about making the party have an additional 30 minutes of combat?
Is that acceptable? Okay. Another thing. So a story that she would specifically read, which if you look at doctrine and stuff, it would seemingly be that's how this went. This is sort of an important story. Loptif was there when Hope died.
Okay.
Loptif thought the god of lies, Thog. So she reads this story off to you. The god of lies, Thog Calix, went to slay Ishmay. Loptif intervened. While she was unable to save Ishmay, she, in vengeance of hope, killed Thog Calix and took some of his dominions.
Which is how she got the Dominion of Chaos.
Yeah, and Foxes.
She doesn't actually have Dominion of Foxes. I checked.
Don't
think she has foxes. I'll double check. Hold on.
Oh no, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Nope, Dog Calic still has foxes.
That fucking corpse up on the top of a mountain.
And, that would also be one of the ways she got the title Savior of the Subjugated. But she is known to have killed one of the big players in the Court of Darkness, which was Dog Calix.
Damn.
So I'm just pointing that out. That being said, I think we've stuck with these two long enough. I'm reading stories after Morrigan, indoctrinating my little sister into the faith. Mona is going to teach Morrigan how to properly use the fact that she is a woman in a man's world in human society to get whatever the fuck she wants.
See, Morgan's she's gonna listen, she's gonna nod, and then she's gonna give people puppy eyes and be all innocent and cute and get it that way.
Yep, that's one of the two ways to do it.
I am going to throw a brick at Mona for talking about Loptif.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I'm back. That was weird.
Hi, bestie.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
Is he talking? I can't hear him.
You're shitting him now. I know you are.
Yeah, I am shitting.
Considering what happened to me the other day, where he I could not hear him, and he was in the middle of talking, and I would just interrupt him.
Yeah, it was annoying, but that
was really weird because I couldn't hear him at all.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, your contract will be for 3 cycles. I'm gonna kill myself.
No, I can't hear him.
Keep going.
Not joking, I can hear you. Keep going.
I'm being 100% serious. Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
No.
Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I.
Yeah.
Kill myself. Okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna continue. Everyone fucking die already. So your contract is for 3 cycles. You're under debt to the company, and until you pay off that debt, which will be before your contract is over, you're not making a penny. Every penny that you would be earning goes towards paying off your debt.
I see. And how much are we in debt for?
Welcome to slavery.
I'm not gonna give you a specific number, but it's gonna take most of your contract to pay it off. But they promise not to throw you on the front lines. You guys are backup.
All right.
You guys are there as reinforcements for other dudes. But they like I was saying, but I apparently was breaking up really hard. Most of the work is either bodyguard, not bodyguard, but security guard work for merchants and nobles, or just straight up taking out government contracted assassination jobs, because the government here will put out assassination jobs.
Nice.
Insane.
And they pay really well. So you guys are also offered the freedom of being able to sign up for whatever work you want within the company. And if you are able to make enough money earlier, you can start acting that you can pay off your debt early. If you do a bunch of really high risk but high paying jobs.
Brian is going to double as a doctor. He is going to let them know his skills and that he is capable of practicing medicine.
Oh, that's
I don't
wonderful.
know what I'm doing yet.
They could use a barber. They're willing to pay you a little bit of extra to patch up any boys that get injured.
Yeah.
The Ogre captain does, however, look over a lock and sees the amulet of Pelgan. He's like, you're not gonna have an issue working with anybody who's not a human, right?
Just gonna quietly nod.
Because we don't have an issue.
I'm gonna quietly nod. Fuck it, I'm not gonna quietly nod. I'm just gonna say yes.
Yes, as in you will have an issue working with non-humans?
No, they're not going to be an issue with me.
I was like, I looked over at him slightly, and I was like ready to kick him, but he said the right answer, so it's all good.
He nods. He's like, all right, well, we don't have an issue with you as long as you don't have an issue with us. And don't worry, we'll put you on all the jobs where you gotta go get Farum. I know how much you fuckers hate Farum. Yeah, he'll hand you guys the contracts. Carver pushes past both of you to sign his name. He's real eager to put his name down first.
I wait for everyone else to sign, and then I sign myself.
Could Brian wait for everyone? I'm gonna read the entire contract word for word before signing it. But he's just waiting there for a while.
Brian's probably gonna speed read through the entire contract too.
Anyway, I am gonna wrap it there, and we will open the session next week. With where your living conditions and Brian and Mona's spiritual connection, depending on how things go. I would like to point out how proud I am of this group of players. I need to make it very clear. Me writes a combat encounter that makes perfect sense because you guys have an opportunity to get into the city and these mercenaries didn't. 20 mercenaries that the whole family would have had to work together with the guards to take out. It was going to be a great combat scene. It was going to be 20 minutes to an hour worth of content. You guys, I'm going to flirt with them. And then they were like, nah, I'm good. And as proud as I am, now I have to make a new Ember. And I'm going to make a new Ember.
Like and subscribe.
Ring that bell.